So our video for today on the daily and weekly bull and bear breaks. What a day in the market. Take a look at the market first. Of course, we started out with our gap up this morning. Raging bull market today. There's the SPY off the 200 day on Friday. We had the gap up. We did get that early sell off. Some really big moves in there. And then we had the turning back up. SP 500 as well. A nice day. We're still inside the high and the low of Friday's action. Same kind of action early. We'll put this over on a quick chart. We had our gap up. We had our sell off. Monster trades in here. And then we had this nice bounce. I thought we were going to lose it right through here. And then we had the break for the bigger trend. Over on the futures, this morning, this is where we were initially, and had the breakout, and that was all prior to the market opening. This is 8:53, and then we had the sell-off at the break, and then we got going again. This is a bigger time frame. I was watching this the other week. This is part of what we teach. We're going to start releasing those videos tonight on our charting package, how we expect our algos to run in comparison to our pivot system. This is a prime example of what we expect to happen. We expect when we go down deep below our green zone level and we hadn't triggered a short zone, we're going to get a bounce, and this is exactly what happens. That was just a perfect picture. It couldn't be any better on any time frame. And on the ES now, we've crossed this area. So now I expect a little pullback and then continue on up. And this was a much smaller time frame, just kind of tracking with the market today. And here's our AD lines. Of course, this is a gap up at the open. We had this sell off early, which was this period here, and this was a big sell off. Now I'll look at this shorter term. That's my big picture, my medium picture, and then my shorter terms on the far right. I'll run it with the SPY. We chopped around there for a bit, and then we started down there about 10:30. And when this started down and the SPY turned over, we were able to pick up a lot of short trades right here, some very nice big trades. But what made me get aggressive on this, and I announced in the room, when this did this little wiggle right here, back up and then come back down and triggered red zone, even on the AD line, I put in the room, I'm now short biased on the market looking for short trades. We got the nice crossover there. I got my little two blues at the same time. I love that. And we started looking for shorts. Now we got sideways here for quite a long time. I thought we were going to lose it right here. And then to my surprise, it turned back up. And that was about 1 o'clock. And this is where the market was chopping. It got a little more momentum right here. And one of my blue lines kicked in right here as the momentum picked up. And then back over here, this was to begin with, ran up and it looked like it was going to reject, and it did. And that was this little period right here. So I was kind of thinking we might just head on back down. But then when it crossed back above this line and this got back out above, you basically draw you a trend line right here. When we broke the trend line, it was Katie bar the door after that. Huge trades all afternoon. All you had to do was pick your chart, put it on the STS pivot charting system, let it guide you into your trade, and make a lot of money. And we've already posted a little 8-minute video today on calls in action. Did it real quick right before this video with actual charts intraday on some really big moves, how they broke out on that charting system package with the trades right on the chart. We're going to go through our bull and bear breaks. You got no weekly bear breaks, and you got 2 daily bear breaks. Got a few weekly bull breaks, and then a fair amount of daily bull breaks. Remember, the bull breaks have to come back in after we get back out of this in a consolidation period, so they'll have to kind of reset again after this extra big sell-off we've had in these last several days, just like the first time. So These are going to give you a little something every day. You can come in and pick them up. You can start catch them on the recaps as we go across our calls in action to show you other trades, and we'll be releasing our videos on how to react to those trades on our charting system that picked these trades up way down here. I mean, we were picking up trades all day that some made $14 moves. Need to watch the calls in action video. You can see those right on the charts. Only 8 minutes long. It's already out there on the web, on YouTube right now. We'll do a quick walk through the recap, and we'll wind this on down. It's our new shorter format video. You don't even need to watch the last 15 minutes. Those are tutorials on the recap sheets and the charts. If you need the tutorial on the charts or about what the graphs mean in the recap with the yellow and red and green lines on the watch list, go over to 9 minutes before the end of this video, and there's a complete tutorial about the recap grids and about the charts. That's the last part of the video. That's where you'll find the subscribe window, and right after that is where the tutorials are. It's the last 9 minutes of the video. If you're already familiar with that, you don't need to watch when you get to that point. And that's where this subscribe screen will appear right before the tutorial. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off our STS Pivot System charting package. Many charts as they progress through the factors, and you'll be able to pick up on some trades many days ahead of what the bull and bear zone breaks show on the swing trade list. You'll see charts like this that triggered a short back on the 19th and gave this retracement alert that we traded today on the 21st, with the price to re-enter the trade right on the chart, red zone retracement. You'll find out more about that right after the recap grids. We got a section there we're going to tell you about that. We're going to do our bears first. Mostly you're going to have recaps and see how those stocks, most of those are all green. There are a few red ones still in there. Remember, you're taking the video here. You're pausing it so you can pick up these entire list, and then you can go back and take a look at those. I have to slide that down to let you get in on that. There are a couple that's still in the bear zone, even though this stock had an up day. It's trying to turn back up. It's still in the daily bear zone. It was kind of picking up a little steam. This is a good stock for tomorrow morning, actually, for a watch. It's a little laggard today on the action. ALXN. AAOI had a red day, so it's still down in its bear zone. And then most of these had a big bounce like the rest of the market. AAP. That don't mean we don't get a pullback in the next day or two. We may get a resting day tomorrow and then go on. We may get a sell-off day tomorrow. Market's still working its way through all this, but big bull rally today, and we may get a pop-up in the morning, a sell-off, and then a good close. We'll just see what the market brings us. You never know what the market's going to do, so you just trade the charts. And forget all the analysts and forget everything else, really, to me. You just trade the charts. Right now, the market has to be your guide if you're day trading and just 2 and 3 day trading, a little multi-day swings, short term. You got to go with the market. But just whatever the market tells you, make sure you stay with it. And then when the market finally just gets all this worked out, starts going sideways, then we'll start trading stock charts. For right now, trade your stock chart, but trade it with the market. Most of these are green, so you don't have hardly anything that's still bear zone here. I don't see hardly a red stock anywhere on this whole list, and this is the bear recap. Some of them didn't make a lot of a bounce, and they're still in the bear zone when they got the red checks and the yellow marks and so forth. They're not out of the woods by any means. They just had a good day. They may come on up tomorrow and get a lot better thing going on. We'll keep pulling this down where you can get a good look at these. This is a huge list, 120 stocks on it. We're scanning 5,000 stocks here. So it can make a big list when the market's moving crazy like this. I hadn't seen a red stock yet in this column. Huge big runs. All you had to do, you just need a short list of stocks, whatever they may be. Get zoned in on how you want to trade and what you want to trade, and just pay attention to those stocks. You don't need a big list of stocks to make money trading stocks. You just need to be persistently paying attention. Goodness, this is a long list. I don't think there's much there for you to look at. There's a few red ones still in there. Oh, excuse me. No, yeah, there's a red one. There's a red one. There's a red one. Not much to that. We got the little bottom part down here. A few of those still in the bear zone, but they had some just basing around. And any of these stocks that didn't really rally, just kind of laid there, they're probably not done doing whatever they were doing. 26 cents up all day in this market, really? So that may not be doing nothing but resting one day. Nobody had time to sell it. They were busy buying and selling other things. That's the bears. We're going to do the bulls here in just a minute and wrap this down. Thanks for watching. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System Charting Package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted, not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. Got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived. You can come in and try the 7-day trial, no outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. There are not many bulls on here. We had this group today broke out. Net change for the day, where they broke out on the bulls on daily, and the profit they made above the bulls on breakout. You got 4 weeklies down here that broke out on the weekly charts. These are carryovers. These go back 5 days. Remember the tutorials at the end, last 9 minutes. If you're first new to watching these videos, you can go over and catch the tutorials at the end and tell you all about what all this stuff means here. And then once you've watched the tutorials a couple of times, you got an understanding. You just watch the first 7 or 8, 10 minutes of this video, and you've got the whole watch list. And anytime you need to refresh yourself, we're keeping this tagged on the end. So it looks like a 30-minute video. It's really a 15-minute video with a 15-minute tutorial at the end. But you go over to 9 minutes from the end to zone in on this part of the tutorial. These stocks didn't do a whole lot today, even though they're in the bull zone. A little bit more up today. And then you had APC, 4th day on here, up another $2 today. No, that's the overall, excuse me, dollar today. CLR, big day, or fairly big day for this stock, but still building up here. 450 since we featured it on this video from the first day. And there you have it, and we appreciate you watching. Be sure to catch our calls in action video. If you're interested in our charting package, you can go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja Trader 8, click on the subscription button, and you'll find out a few more things about it, how to get set up to actually do a trial on it. And you can start watching the tutorial videos out there for using the product. Now, I've been writing the last several days, I've been putting some very detailed long videos out there about watching and setting up after you actually start your 7-day trial, getting the use out of everything in there for you. I'm fixing to start tonight, actually going back and showing the price action on the charts. It's a new series on how the charts are going to work, or how they do work, and how you should interpret them and guide you in trading. And everybody on the package needs to be watching those videos. And then if you're thinking about the package, the best thing you can do is you build your data file up 2 or 3 days before you actually sign up to do the trial, is to be watching those videos so that you can look at those stocks. These are not jump in right here, guaranteed this is going up $8. This is, we'll teach you how the charts work. You may get a breakout. If it breaks out too high, it's going to pull back. We teach you what to look for, how much the pullback will be. Everything is on a factor system, and by a factor system, that makes it easy for you to understand. If I tell you it's pulling back 4 factors and you're on a 25 factor chart, that's $1. If I tell you it's going to pull back 4 factors and you're on a 50 factor chart, that's $2. And I tell you, after it pulls back and it bounces $1, it's going to trigger for a 6 to 8 factor run. 8 times 50 cents is what? $4. It's real easy to figure it out. It's the easiest thing you ever looked at. The prices are right on the charts, and when the triggers are going to take place, the retracement alerts, they're on the charts, dollar for dollar, penny to the penny. So take a look at it. It may change your trading. It sure changed mine. Thanks a lot. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off the STS Pivot System charting package, where we'll be viewing some trades as they progress and reviewing the status of them, and you may can pick up some trades many days ahead of these bull and bear break, as you heard us speak about in previous videos. Be looking at STS Pivot System charts that'll show you this break right here on Facebook that occurred. Ended up being a $9 run. And then again, as it got here, it gave another alert to break down here, and then it triggered here for this short for another $2 run. This is how our pivot system charting package looked early in the morning before 10 o'clock, between 9:45 and 10. This triggered at this price, and before it triggered, when you see this little box right here, it indicates that this box was present, giving you the exact trigger price of that long watch alert. This stock proceeded to go from below 165 all the way up to $173, and all along the way our pivot system charting package kept you in the trade. It never said get out. It never crossed below the line enough to turn it back red, and when it does approach these lines, we use this as well. You do not see any predictions of a reversal yet, and if you don't see the predictions as it pulls back, the trend is really still strong enough that we're going to give a retracement off of this level, and that's where this little box comes in, the trend retracement level. The entry price is right here. This stands for green zone retracement. We're in our green zone. We retrace, and when this occurs, it's when you look here for your entry price, which would give you the price here and here for these next moves up if you wanted to take intraday trades. Also notice right here at this point in time, about 1:30, as it broke down through the line, it's still saying don't go short. It's predicting the short trigger at 170.95. That's what this little box goes down. This box appears and you have a price. as that price progressed back up, it actually triggered at 121.20 to turn it into red zone. It chopped around here for a bit and then sold off, ended up being over a $2 move. As soon as this box disappears, for either it's no longer a prediction or it is triggered and turns it green to red, this line appears on the chart with the exact price that triggered this and a little trend line. You can even show this big box at the same time if you want to. You got the option to turn that on or off. So it was predicting here, it triggered way over here, and then there's your trade. By waiting on the trigger, you didn't get in early over here. These videos are also going to show you what's set up similar to this. This was breaking down at the time it gave the price in the box, as indicated by this little indicator. There was a box here. Gave you the price ahead of time. This is our favorite trade setup. We fade the green, we go back near the visit, and then we come back and trigger. We lock the retracement first. We triggered at 122.53. This ended up being about $1.50 move down. It actually went lower than this, on down below 121 before it started back up. Well, this was intraday on the 21st at 12:10 p.m. when this triggered. All this was a retracement off of this chart on the bigger factor that was setting up the swing trade setup on a 50 factor chart. This had triggered here on the 19th at 12:44, and it's still right on the chart now live because it's never switched back off from red to green. So this stays on that chart until that happens. So 121.85 was the trigger, the retracement. This was 2 days ago. Retraced the next day, and this was where it was at. On the 20th, I actually put this on watch because I'm looking for it to come back down. I had myself an alert that what was going to trigger using this price, red zone retracement, as it was sitting up here. I noted this price off the chart at that time and did myself an alert. So when my alert went off today, I go straight to the chart that we looked at on the shorter time frame. I was in a downtrend, so I was trend trading. I was trading this retracement alert, and I was aware of it. I kind of picked up on this, so you can pick up these type setups the day before that they happen. The charts interact, so the run up, the retracement on the 50 was green on the 25. You interact the two charts together, you already know you're in a downtrend on the bigger factor, and you've got to set up for continuation trade on that bigger factor, which makes this that much more stronger. You can go over to stspivotsystems.com and find out how you can subscribe to this charting system. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockTwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 charting, and you can learn more about our STS pivot system charting package. Thanks for watching. This is a tutorial on our recap sheet. What you will see here is this column here is the weekly list. It's at the beginning on the weekly bear and bull breaks, the daily bull breaks and bears, depending on which one we're looking at, and then you will have 5 days following. First day, second, third, fourth, fifth. So what's here today will be here tomorrow. We'll shift over to here, then to here, then to here. So you got 5 days you can go back and look. The price here, you got the bull zone trigger price, 36.80. This is the price of the profit since this alert. This is the net change on the stock for today. So tomorrow, when this shifts over here, this number will be the same. Where we triggered it at, that number will stay in here for 4 days. The profit will be shown based on the current price of the stock in the day compared to this price on the alert. Like for instance on this stock, $3.48 profit from this break based on this close price, up 92 cents today. This number is the profit at the high since we alerted it. It's the most profitable it's been. It got up to $4.27 profit, pull back, closed at $3.48. As you go on over, like this stock here, SMTC, this was the break. This is the profit so far since the first day, $5.61 4 days later, and at the peak it was $6.31 profit. That's what these columns mean. The next part you'll find is this yellow line. It represents what I'm going to show you over here in just a moment, momentum. It can be on a bull or a bearish chart. And then trend stability, if it's green, it represents on the bulls, and the bears will show a red line for trend stability. The last part you'll want to know about, there's these check marks. They represent the bull zone as it progresses higher. Could be the same as yesterday. Down here, this could be the bull zone that's gotten higher and higher and higher as this stock went along, and it means it's still maintaining bull zone levels. Even the new ones, it's staying above them. This is what the bear grid looks like. Looks the very same. Got the weekly, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you got a chance to see the stability of the trade. You know if it was up or down today after winning a bear zone the day before, the stability, the momentum, and the bear zone level with the check mark. In the video, we will take this page and we will slide these up and down so you have a chance to pause the video and see every single stock that's in the list. Then we'll move it up where you can see these items, and you can pause the video, and then you can see every single symbol in the list. You can go to your charts and look up what's going on. So that's what's in each one of these grids. The current day, day before, day before, day before, day before. So going back 4 days, you got your weekly there. And all this is right here is something I prepare for myself. I take this day, and this day, combine them into this watch list every day, and that's what I carry forward over to my scanners. And just a quick part about what we mean by these levels changing. This is the bull zone level that the check mark represents, the stock staying above. But the bull zone level when this stock broke out was way down here. This was the first breakout, and then as it recalculated our bull zone, that's what the green check mark means, is it's maintaining momentum. The yellow line represents this line that is our minimum momentum indicator used on down or up trades, and then our bull zone levels where it first broke out. And that's all these mean. Trend stability, this is the line we use here, and we come in and we call it trend stability, and that's what this represents here. This line is solid green rather than dotted. It's something we look at on the lows of the day, not being low enough for us not to qualify it for trend stability. So that's all these columns mean. So you'll be able to refer to the strength of the stock, that is maintaining high enough lows to stay trend stable, what the profit is if you're staying above the bull zone. That's how you'll use this, and that's your tutorial on the grids. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, is my bull zone, and when the red line is up, is my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, a bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean, and you'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50 period moving average, this orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here, and the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started.